that the viewer, when they come into the space, they'll feel like they're coming into the belly of one of the paintings. The space as an empty canvas. I'm viewing the architectural space and seeing it as that, as a starting point. There's this kind of dialogue going on and familiar images, but yet still really different. And I really love that about this exhibition and the way that all the arches are opened up throughout the space, so you can really see the various works from Constructive Spirit and the installation here for Blackout.
I had been following Paul for quite some time. I'd seen several of his exhibitions, and I was always intrigued and always wanted to work with him. I knew that the Newark Museum was organizing an exhibition about the early American pioneers of geometric abstraction. So I thought, this would be really interesting to bring these two things together, to show how a contemporary artist is revisiting these forms that were pioneered in the early 20th century. And how is a contemporary artist doing that now? And I felt that Paul was doing that in a different way, and that it would really be interesting to bring the two together.
Blackout is the fourth and final of the Centennial Commissions. And the commissions were really designed so that we could work with living artists and have artists produce something new, something unique, something site-specific. So Paul's work is the last of these, but the three before that were, one was Jennifer Angus, and she transformed 2 rooms of the Ballantyne House using exotic preserved insects and beautiful patterns. The next one was an installation by the Nigerian-British artist Yinka Shonibari, in which he took over the Ballantyne House dining room and had a whole tableau of figures around the dining room table. The third commission was an interesting one and also very unique. It was a 3D film produced by the Newark-based filmmakers Mary Lou and Jerome Bongiorno. So we're standing in what was a very staid and elegant Beaux-Arts typical museum courtyard. But when Paul transformed it with all of these colors and shapes and the abstract paintings, it really gives people a sense that they're walking into a painting, but it also gives people a sense for how important the feel of architecture can be. That architecture isn't just a space, but it can really be an active space, and it can affect the way you feel when you're in the space.
I'm from El Paso, Texas. I moved to the East Coast in the late 80s. My work background is in visual display work. So when I first moved to the East Coast, I worked for Macy's, Stearns, Lord & Taylor. I landed a great job working for Bendel's on Fifth Avenue, and worked with them for 3 years designing window displays.
When you see an installation like this, you assume that the artist only works conceptually, but in fact, Paul Henry Ramirez works what you might say is a little more conventionally as well, as you see from the 3 canvases hanging in the Engelhard court niches. These are individual works of art. The colors have an incredible synergy with the colors he's chosen for the court, the forms he's chosen for the court walls, but each one of these works stands alone.
It's geometric, it's biomorphic, and it's all deals with cause and effects. Here you could see this brown shape pushing.
I would categorize him as a playful abstractionist. His installations think out every detail, and you'll see that in Blackout from looking up at the chandeliers and noticing that the colors kind of reverberate, the colors of the bulbs reverberate with the colors of the arches. You'll see that in the furniture and how the furniture picks up on the curves of the arches. So it's this meticulousness, this attention to detail, this sense of completeness that he brings to his work that is one of the things that has impressed me the most about him. It's as if he's taken the frame off and just let the colors spill out and take over the space that the work inhabits.